the shadowed recesses of a dense rainforest, where sunlight ever struggles to pierce the thick canopy, lies a scene as grotesque as it is fascinating. A leopard, nature's sleek and formidable predator, caught in a state of severe decay and infestation. This is no ordinary sight. As we draw near, the sleek amber fur that usually gleams under the shifting light is marred by a grotesque, barnacle-like wound festering across its flank. It looks as if the very skin has become a seabed, textured with clusters of crusty growths, and writhing little creatures clinging desperately to what remains of its flesh. This wound is not merely a superficial abrasion. It is a living, breathing nightmare, an intricate ecosystem of parasitic life, thriving at the expense of this majestic beast. The barnacle-like formations are in fact masses of parasitic larvae and crustaceans, a result of the leopard's weakened condition. Typically solitary and fastidious hunters, these cats fall victim to such infestations when their immune defenses falter, often due to injury, starvation, or age. The barnacle infestation has turned the wound into a festering abyss, seeping thick, yellow pus and garishly inflamed tissue. Surrounding the lesion, the skin is roughened, cracked, and festooned with a gritty mixture of dead cells and sandy detritus, an amalgam of decay and life forms thriving in symbiotic horror. Within this grotesque tableau lies a microscopic battle royale. The parasites include isopods and amphipods, as well as fly larvae, each carving out a niche in the leopard's wounded flesh. Some burrow beneath the epidermis, feeding on blood and tissue. Others in the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture. A striking white horse stands, its coat gleaming like freshly fallen snow. But upon closer inspection, a horrific sight emerges. A grotesque barnacle wound festers on its flank, a stark contrast to its pristine appearance. This is not a scene from a fantasy tale. It is a grim reality that unfolds in the natural world, where beauty often masks the grotesque. The barnacle, a creature typically associated with the ocean's depths, has found an unlikely host in this majestic equine. As we delve deeper into this unsettling phenomenon, we uncover the dark and fascinating world of barnacle infestation. Barnacles, those small, hard-shelled crustaceans, are notorious for their ability to cling to surfaces with an iron grip. They thrive in marine environments, but when they lack in the shadowy depths of the forest, where the air hangs heavy with the scent of decay and the whispers of the wild echo through the trees, a lone wolf struggles against a fate that is as grotesque as it is tragic. This is not just any wolf. It is a creature marked by a horrific affliction, its once majestic form marred by a honeycomb of wounds that seem to pulse with a life of their own. Each gaping hole in its flesh tells a story of suffering, a testament to the brutal realities of survival in the unforgiving wilderness. As we draw closer, the sight is enough to make even the most hardened observer recoil in horror. The wolf's skin is not merely torn. It is a canvas of agony, where the very essence of life is being consumed by an insidious infestation. What lurks within these ghastly wounds is a phenomenon that might seem more at home in a horror film than in the natural world. Beneath the icy surface of the Arctic waters drifts a creature both ghostly and grotesque, a beluga whale plagued by a barnacle wound so raw and horrific it challenges the notion of nature's pristine beauty. This is no glistening image of marine grace, but a scene from the murky underbelly of ocean life, where survival is painted in bruises and decay. The whale's pallid white skin, meant to shimmer like snow under the sun, instead serves as a canvas of agony, crimson lesions crisscrossed with grotesque barnacle claws, flaking and festering in the silence of the deep. This living paradox, half majestic, half macabre, is a stark reminder that the ocean's narrative is not always of harmony, but often of parasitic vendettas. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous crustaceans snugly cemented to rocks and ship hulls, have their darker side when they invade living hosts like the beluga. Unlike their static cousins, these barnacles latch onto the whale's skin with barbed plates, boring minuscule tunnels that breach the outer epidermis. The initial attachment is subtle, barely noticeable, but soon the infestation blooms into a hostile takeover. The barnacles grow in numbers, their hooked legs scrape and gouge the flesh, embedding themselves in